Alrighty, welcome to a vintage cube draft where I got to first pick a Black Lotus. Don't worry about what's the rest of the pack. We started with Black Lotus. We're happy with that. All right, so we're in a single-elim draft. So if I get crushed round one, that'll be it. And this is one of the single-elim rushes we do where we get a bunch of people, 7 people from our draft server plus one random person who's in the queue. So the level of competition here will be high. And let's see, we started with Black Lotus, and this second pick is actually not very impressive. I want to see who's passing to me. So I'm getting passed to by Talisker, passing to Slacks. Tristan's passing to Talisker as well, and then the dog is 2 seats down. So again, this is a stacked pod because we like to rush the single-elim vintage queues. And after first picking Lotus, I think I'm just going to take Metamorph. Having Pestermite and Twin in the same pack could lead you to doing a little gamble. You just take the Pestermite, wheel the Twin. But I really like the artifact decks. Metamorph is great. I secretly want to wheel either Mirror Battlesphere or Mystic Forge. I actually think in this Magic Online queue, Mystic Forge does some really good stuff. This third pick has Dream Halls. I am a Dream Halls enjoyer. There's also Regrowth, but not the most stoked about that. There's Portal to Phyrexia. It's not crazy to take this card. The best combo with this is Tinker, but there's also Goblin Welder, and both of those can do some really good stuff. Portal to Phyrexia, basically what it does is, makes them sack 3 creatures, then every turn you get a creature into play. The rest of this pack is really unimpressive. I mean, there's Thief of Sanity is maybe the best card. There's Porcelain Legionnaire. I could take Porcelain Legionnaire and again draft the artifact-based deck. I don't know how much this really factors into what that deck's trying to do, though. I'm kind of tempted to take Dream Halls or Portal. I think I'm just going to spec on Portal. Look, if it doesn't end up working out, it doesn't end up working out. Oh, man, and there's the Kiki-Jiki. I don't think I'm supposed to take Kiki-Jiki here. It's just... the problem with taking Kiki-Jiki here is if someone takes the Twin and then the Pestermite doesn't wheel, it's kind of a disaster. And I know I'm going to get cut off of one of those pieces. On the other hand, Kiki, I think, is the best of those pieces because it's the best by itself, and also it has haste, so it's the fastest. Like Splinter Twin Pestermite doesn't work in one turn because the Pestermite doesn't have haste, but this does. What else would I take if I weren't taking Kiki-Jiki? I could take Creeping Tar Pit. I could take Magda. Let's just take another speculative pick. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out once again. Okay, so here we have Sundering Titan, but I already have a big portal here, so I don't really need to do that. Here, actually, let me move my smiling face here just a little because this layout, I think, lends itself better to this. All right. So here, I think I'm going to take Saheeli. I actually really like Saheeli. So Saheeli is 3-mana Planeswalker. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you get a 1/1 artifact. And that means that you generate a lot of artifacts for things like Urza or making your Karn constructs big or whatnot. Passing up on Leovold, Sundering Titan, Thundermaw. All right, let's just take Saheeli here. This pack doesn't have much. There's Dark Depths and Elvish Reclaimer. There's Turnabout in case like Dream Halls wheels. There's a Tendrils. This pack is, again, just bad. There's just not like, what deck would I be excited to see this pack in? I just can't really think of one. Like Augur Bottom, Concealing Curtains. I'm not the biggest Depths fan in these color combinations. I like it more in the green decks. I could just take Tendrils or Turnabout. Turnabout and Saheeli lead to a Storm deck, and I think Tendrils is less important than mana, so I'll just take the Turnabout. Oh, here, well, there's Ugin, there's Magma Opus, and there's Aetherflux Reservoir, as well as Plateau. So there's a couple cards. I actually really like Magma Opus in this cube, so it's 8 mana, deals 4 damage divided as you choose, taps 2 permanents, draw 2 cards, and make a 4/4, and you can pay 2 and discard it to make a treasure token. So this combos with a bunch of cards. Mizzix's Mastery and Torrential Gearhulk play it from the graveyard. So it's the curve of turn 2 discard Opus, turn 3 Mizzix's Mastery is great. Dream Halls lets you pitch and cast it. I might wheel Dream Halls. I mean, I might not, but either way, I think speccing on Magma Opus is good over Ugin. And wow, that's a late Toxic Deluge. Also a Manamorphose, also a Pentad Prism, also an Imperial Recruiter. So So I kind of have to pick a direction here, what I want to support. I've got a lot of like combo starts here, and I don't really know which way to go. I think I might just take the Recruiter, because if I wheel Pestermite, Recruiter gets Kiki, which then copies Recruiter, which then gets Pestermite. It can also get Metamorph. And I think that's good. I'm passing up on Pentad Prism, which I also do like, but I think it's worth trying that. Now there's a Blightsteel, but look, if I get Tinker, I'm going to be really happy already. I don't want to optimize for getting Tinker at this point. I think I'm going to take Ledger Shredder over Faithless Looting. Shredder is a pretty decent, like, fair card, and I think that it's going to be better in more decks than Looting. Looting is a very specific card. Only some decks want it. Okay, Mystic Forge did wheel, which I like. And Pestermite didn't, which is fine. I'm kind of... And neither did Twin, so we're just off the Kiki plan, unless we pick up like an X-Arc or something, in which case we will just have one of those. This pack doesn't have anything I'm particularly interested in. Let's see. I guess I take Raging Ravine or Thief of Sanity. I'll take Raging Ravine, I suppose. I'll take Dragon Lord Atarka as just like a big thing. Thragtusk is maybe splashable. All right, last pick Dark Depths. That's not terrible. Oh, and also a last pick Aetherflux Reservoir, effectively. So, in summary, A, I want to find Tinker. B, I think that the main thing... Hold on, there we go. The main thing I want to pick up here is if I could find a Tinker, that would be awesome. And I wish I had taken Pentad Prism over Imperial Recruiter. It would have worked out better here. But let's see how the rest of this pack goes. Well, there's a Thespian Stage, which can go nicely with this Dark Depths. And it's worth playing the two, even if you end up in a spot where you're not base green. But I don't need to take the Stage here. No one else is going to take it. So what do I take? I could take Yogg-Will to go with Lotus and Mystic Forge Turnabout. Also, Aetherflux Reservoir means that passing up on Tendrils was not a big deal because the Reservoir basically does that. I could take Wooded Foothills, not a bad pick. I think I'm probably just going to take Mystic Confluence. This card is just a good card and works with basically every strategy. Confluence Wheel Stage. I could still be kind of like red-blue control here. I mean, I'm probably going to have some sort of combo element, but I think taking Confluence makes a lot of sense. And yeah, I need a little bit of help here. Let me actually get another row. Am I Storm? Am I Dream Halls didn't wheel. That's unfortunate for Magma Opus. Am I Kiki X-Arc combo? Am I playing with Tinker? We'll see. I'm going to take the One Ring here. I like the One Ring a lot. It's a good artifact card. Gives you some good protection. Can untap it with Turnabout. And maybe wheel Echo of Eons or Seething Song, though this table seems like it's drafting combo, so I don't know that the Echo is going to be able to wheel. Okay, so this pack has red-blue land, which would be nice. Also, I like Third Path Iconoclast. It's like a Saheeli, where when you cast a non-creature, you get a 1/1. But I'm probably going to take City of Traders. Just a double mana land is so good, and I maybe wheel Third Path, Venser, probably won't wheel Xander's Lounge. But City of Traders to play like the One Ring a turn earlier is pretty nice here. And yeah, I don't know about this Recruiter Kiki plan here. The thing I think I'm most likely to be is some kind of artifact combo deck, because Mystic Forge and Aetherflux Reservoir are very good in that deck. Saheeli kind of helps that deck. The cards I'd be looking for besides Tinker are Urza, Tolarian Academy, are like really big ones. Signets, cheap artifact mana is another one. I still want Mizzix Mastery of Torrential Gearhulk to go with this Magma Opus. This Turnabout probably not going to make the cut, and unless I pick up Tinker, this Portal to Phyrexia is unlikely to as well. And yeah, I am sad about the Pentad Prism, but if Pestermite had wheeled, which I think had a chance of doing, then Kiki Recruiter Pestermite is a very substantial combo. It's just a 3-card package that if you draw Recruiter, you can win the game off 1 card. It just takes a while. Oh, there's Tinker. Okay, we're in it now. Tinker over Mystical Tutor, sadly, and Steam Vents, but Tinker makes Portal to Phyrexia good. You can Tinker out One Ring, though note that if you Tinker out the One Ring, you don't get protection. And maybe I'll wheel Helm of Awakening, which I'll probably play, but yes, slamming Tinker. Oh, and now we're slamming Exarch. So it's actually all working out kind of nicely, because now I can go Recruiter for Exarch or Recruiter for Kiki. And if I get Kiki, copy Recruiter, pick up Exarch, and then go off, passing up on like a Mana Confluence or a Zerta. But now we're an archetype I love being, which is blue-red combo. Okay, so this pack has some interesting decisions, because Cryptic Command is great. My mana is not great for it because I have a triple red card, but it is a really good card. You can fog them for another turn when you have One Ring. You can bounce your own One Ring. There's also Ballista and Hangerback, and of the two, I'd be most interested in Hangerback. The reason is Hangerback is such a good way to set up Tinker. Turn 2 Hangerback, they can't stop you from having an artifact unless they exile it, because if they kill it, you just get a token. And I have a bunch of 4s already. I think I should take the Hangerback here. I just think tinkering for Phyrexian Portal is too good. And I do like Ballista. I think it's generally a little better than Hangerback, but that does change when you have Tinker. Also, if you can play Hangerback and then you tap it, put another counter on it, then tinker it away and get like 2 tokens, that's a pretty nice sequence as well. Okay, I really like where we're at. Obviously, opening Lotus was great. I do like Gaia's Cradle in these decks, actually, if you get Retrofitter Foundry, and it's good with like Saheeli, but I've got to take Talisman. Black-red Talisman is still on color, at least half, and sets up Tinker, sets up my 4-drops, so Talisman it is. Magma Opus also counts as an artifact. Turn 2, discard this to make a treasure. Turn 3, tinker it away. Fantastic. Oh, Triplicate Titan. So this is a new addition to the cube, and I like it. It's 9 mana for 9/9 Flying Vigilance Trample, and when it dies, it's like a Wormcoil. You get a 3/3 with 3/3 colorless Golem with Flying, with Vigilance, and with Trample. So another good tinker target, and definitely I think better than Wormcoil for tinkering. The thing is, Wormcoil is castable, but I feel like Wormcoil doesn't win you games. Like, whenever my opponent tinkers out a Wormcoil or channels out a Wormcoil, they don't win. I want to try Triplicate Titan. Maybe I'm wrong here. Okay, I'm going to take another Talisman. This deck just has to take all the Talismans it sees. Not the Wish Claw, sorry, BK, but just the Talisman of Resilience. Okay, Seething Song wheeled. Nothing else did, sadly, but I might Seething Song here. It's a way to cast Kiki easier. Oh, Third Path Iconoclast did wheel. I like that more than Bitter Reunion. And Helm did wheel. So did Atali. Interesting. So Helm makes everything cheaper, which is nice, but I don't know that I'd actually play it. Whereas Atali, a 7-drop, when I have City of Traders, Lotus, Seething Song, I think I just put Atali in my deck. I'll take Zerta. If you combine Zerta with Walking Ballista, it's pretty cute, but we're not going to get the Ballista back, unfortunately. Okay, well, we have a direction here, or we have 2, actually. We have the Exarch Recruiter Kiki plan, and we have the Tinker plan, and I think we have pretty good support. Mainly what we're looking for is cheap artifacts. Right now, last pick Craterhoof. No one's drafting green, huh? Oh, Thespian Stage didn't wheel. Huh. All right. Well, that's fine with me, I guess. I don't really care too much. I would have probably played both, but surprising. Okay. This pack's probably going to be just a vegetables pick, a Force of Negation. I actually do really want Hard Evidence. It's 1 mana for an 0/3 crab plus a clue, but this sets up Tinker and gives you a blocker. It's the blue Thraben Inspector. There's also Karn, Sign of Urza, which isn't bad, but I think just taking Force of Negation is going to be great. Just a way to protect all your stuff, stop them from making busted plays. Forces are very good with the One Ring. Ooh, and is that a Mox Emerald I spy? Getting past a Mox. You love to see it. Maybe if we're lucky, we'll wheel Everflowing Chalice or Spire Bluff Canal, but slamming a Mox over, Jace, bunch of other stuff. So whoever was passing to us is that Talisker, I think. Probably opened a different piece of power as well. And this pack has, it has Strip Mine. Oh, and Ragavan. I'm going to take Ragavan. When you just lead with turn on Ragavan, you win so many games. And yes, the Crucible might wheel, but I'd much rather take Ragavan. Plus, it's even an artifact generator over like Ketria Triumph and Strip Mine. Yeah. Ragavan that is. All right, so we're at more playables, actually. I need to cut cards. Right now, Turnabout's not looking good. Is Mystic Forge good? It lets you cast artifacts and colorless spells from the top of your deck. So I've got 1, 2. I'm not really counting Portal because it costs 9. 3, 4. 5, 6, not counting Triplicate Titan, 7, 8. All right. So here it's Dak Faden versus Lotus Petal. I'm just going to take Dak. Dak is just such a good card, and it's also busted against me. Plus, Dak kind of counts as an artifact for Tinker, because you can play it, steal their artifact, and then tinker it away. Here we have Recruiter if we wanted to splash white, but it doesn't even work with the Kiki combo because it can't get XR because it's toughness. Sacred Foundry, but I don't need that. There's Emery, but Emery wheels some amount of the time. I think I'm going to take Coalition Relic. Another mana rock, even a 3-mana one, is pretty good. If Emery wheels, I'll be happy, but I'd rather take Coalition Relic over it anyway. Okay. There's also Seething Song. I also wouldn't mind some sort of support for Magma Opus here. Like, I would probably play a Mizzix Mastery, or Gearhulk would also be nice, because Gearhulk you can tinker out. Not sure, I might cut a Tali as well. Right now, I need to cut like a card or two. Mystic Forge and Aetherflux Reservoir pretty much go together, where if I have enough artifacts that I'm playing Mystic Forge, I'm probably playing Reservoir. Oh, this is a tough pick. So I talked about wanting Gearhulk, because it is really good with Magma Opus. But Retrofit or Foundry is also really tempting. What if I just cut Itali and just take the Gearhulk, and I have something to turbo out that's really good with Magma Opus. Also can cast Mystic Confluence or Force of Negation as needed. If I had Urza or Academy, I would take Retrofitter, but I don't have either of those, so I think I just take the Gearhulk. So this pack has Goblin Welder, which would be good with a lot of what's going on. I have Dak to discard and Ledger Shredder to discard. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. 9 cards. So if I take Ponder, will I get a last pick Goblin Welder? It's not 0%. Every card in this pack is playable. I'm going to take Ponder, though. Setting up Tinker is so much better. I've just had such bad results with Goblin Welder. Okay. Oh, Trinket Mage is nice. It can go get Lotus or Mox or Hangerback. Yeah, that's perfect. I like Inspired Ultimatum with Gearhulk, but we're not doing that. All right. And that's all the new cards I'm going to see. I need to cut a couple cards here. I think I can cut Seething Song now that I cut Itali. Kind of like a 2-for-1. Let's see. Assuming I don't get anything new, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 artifacts for Mystic Forge. That's feeling a little light. 10 artifacts means 1 out of every 4 cards. So maybe I cut Reservoir and Mystic Forge. Oh, I will. Actually, I was going to say I'll take Fiery Islet, but maybe I just take Karn. Making constructs is nice. Plus 1ing it can be decent. All right. We'll just have bad mana. Oh, Spire Bluff Canal. What a gift. Green getting passed everywhere. So this is 14 land plus a Lotus and a Mox. So I need to cut a card or two. Not a lot of cards, just a card or two. But that's actually hard because this deck's so good. It's so perfect. Oh, another blue-red land. Wow, we are really getting hooked up here. I did not think Ketria Triumph had a chance of wheeling. This is making my mana a lot better. Worldspine Worm is cute with Flash and Through the Breach and stuff. Esika's Chariot with Mox Emerald, Ketria Triumph, and Green Talisman. You know what? I'll take the Chariot because I don't think I'm going to run the Chariot, but it is actually... Oh, and I have a Raging Ravine? I might... Oh, Emery came back? Well, I'm going to have to make some good cuts here. Let's get to deck building, and... Because I'm kind of thinking Esika's Chariot looks really good here. Last pick Goblin Welder? Come on. We can do it, right? If I get the last pick Goblin Welder, I'll play it. I'll make the necessary cuts to play it. Come on, someone... I got an Emery with 2 cards left, or 3 cards left, rather. I can get a Goblin Welder with 1 card left, right? This is the only way Goblin Welder's ever gotten into my deck. Oh, it's a Hornet Queen. Brutal. Yeah, I would have weldered. So this is 4 lands. So right now this is 8. You add 8 cards. This is effectively 14 land. So I need to cut a couple cards. Let's take a look at deck building here. I'm kind of wondering if I have to cut like Third Path Iconoclast. All right, let's do a little work here. So let's group creatures separately. It's kind of nice to be able to deck build in the actual deck builder. Okay, so right now I've got those 4 lands. Oh no, don't move everything over. And Lotus and Mox here. And so, Triplicate Titan. So in terms of, oh, these are all 1 over now. Whatever, we'll figure it out. In terms of actual Tinker targets, right now we have Gearhulk, Triplicate Titan, and Portal of Phyrexia. Okay, so mostly you're going to get Portal because it's like the safest. You kills their whole board usually, and then if they don't deal with this, you win the game, which is a nice combo. Sometimes you'll get Triplicate Titan. Sometimes you'll get Gearhulk if you have something good in your graveyard. And then when we're talking about Tinker enablers, we have Lotus, Mox, Ragavan, Hangerback, Third Path Iconoclast, Talisman, Magma Opus. So that's assuming Ragavan hits them. Maybe we won't assume that, but like that's a lot of cheap stuff. Emery's more of a 2-drop. Wheeling Lotus Petal would have been nice. There's also Saheeli, Karn. I kind of like the Sasika's Chariot because right now, without adding a forest even, I have 1, 2, 3 green sources, 4 green sources, 5 green sources, not counting Magma Opus or Black Lotus or even Ragavan. And Asika's Chariot is really good. 4 mana for a 4/4 vehicle and 2 cats. It's good to tinker away. It's good to Emery back. It makes Emery's good in this deck. Okay. So if that's the case, I need to cut a bunch of cards. Well, Ledger Shredder almost assuredly has to go. I don't have Goblin Welder, so that's not a big thing. I can't cut Exarch, Recruiter, Kiki. I think just having the combos in is too good. I might need to cut one of Saheeli or Third Path Iconoclast, which is actually not clear to me which one I cut. I guess the Iconoclast is probably weaker because Saheeli does have the ability to turn you like play Saheeli, play Lotus, turn the servo into a Lotus, and you just get to have like a busted turn. I don't really want to cut the Iconoclast, but like I just need to make some painful cuts. The other option would be to cut Triplicate Titan. It's not crazy to do that because I have a Portal to go get that I'm going to get most of the time, and then I have a Gearhulk as a backup plan. Maybe I do cut it. Again, if I had a Welder, I wouldn't. And this leaves me with 15 lands plus Mox, Lotus. Maybe I cut Karn as well. So basically 16 lands counting the Mox, and then Lotus, Talisman, Magma Opus, Ponder. I can't cut Magma Opus or Gearhulk. They work too well together. Definitely not cutting Ponder, not cutting Ragavan. Trinket Mage I think is too good with 3 targets, one of which is Black Lotus. I'm not cutting the One Ring. I could cut Force of Negation, but I don't think I should. Especially no one's drafting green at the table. It's going to be good against a lot of my matchups. So I think this is actually where I'm at. And if we combine the groups and sort by color, yeah, I mean, these are red-blue. And then I have red-green land, red-blue land. I mean, this is red-blue-green land even. Green Talisman, red Talisman. And then, of course, Mox and Lotus, then Coalition Relic also. All right, so I don't think I need any forests. So let's say if I go 7-4, I'll have 7, 8, 9 blue sources plus Coalition Relic and Lotus. And then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 red sources plus Lotus and Coalition Relic. I could even go one more blue, one less red. But I do also like casting Turn 1 Ragavan. The main reason to go extra blue is that Ponder. Turn 1 Ponder is really, really good. I mean, just a great card. So this is 10 blue versus 7 red. Relic and Lotus. Yeah, I think that's probably closer to right. Trinket Mage can also get green if I need to. All right, this deck's pretty sick. I'm excited to see how this deck does. Alrighty, time for round 1, and we'll move myself back here. Whoop. All right, so We've got the play, and all right. This is a kind of mana heavy hand, but I think that's okay. We had to go turn 1 Ravine, turn 2 Hangerback, turn 3 either Coalition Relic or Trinket Mage. Either one's fine. Oh, another thing on the Retrofitter Foundry note, I guess Trinket Mage does make Retrofitter Foundry a little more appealing as well, but I still think that this deck is not exactly the target market. I already have a couple ways to make a bunch of tokens, and I'm not going to feel the loss of that too much, I don't think. Plus, I even have Trinket Mage to go get Hangerback already, so it's not like Trinket Mage can't get a token generator if I am in dire need of such. Yeah, this hand, I mean, for not having one of my 0 mana busted artifacts in it, is still pretty good. Plus, one of those 0 mana busted artifacts will be showing up soon enough. Hangerback is a 0 mana artifact, but I guess I wouldn't call it busted, though. I did play this at a Pro Tour once, and it was really good. In Soul Artifact, the blue-red deck, played at Pro Tour Vancouver. Did some good work. And hopefully my opponent shows up soon here for a little bit of Magic the Gathering action. But yeah, I like this deck. I think the cards in my sideboard that I most wanted to play, I mean, Third Path Iconoclast was a tough cut. I think the Triplicate Titan cut was actually right. And then Ledger Shredder. It's a shame that I couldn't have picked up the Goblin Welder, but I don't think that the Goblin Welder was the pick at the time that I saw it. I wish the Goblin Welder had shown up in a pack like 2 picks earlier, because getting it last pick, I would be curious to know, would I have gotten Goblin Welder second to last pick or third to last pick? Like, when was it taken out of that pack? I imagine it had to be pretty close to me. So, we'll see. All right, opponent's here. Play this and pass the turn. Copperline Gorge into Dragon's Rage Channeler. Okay. So maybe we are playing against a green deck, I guess, but it looks like more of a aggressive red deck if I'm seeing Dragon's Rage Channeler on turn 1. So the question is, do I block here? I don't know if they're even going to attack. They might just be bolting my Hangerback right now, which I guess I'd be okay with. Oh, Battle Display. Well, there are good things for them to use Battle Display on, so into Scavenging Ooze. Sure. They're probably not going to attack with the Hangerback. Or the Dragon's Rage, rather. Let's just go Coalition Relic. Pass the turn. I'm definitely not racing here. Now if I draw Recruiter or Kiki, I've got a win set up with Exarch. Obviously drawing Tinker would be nice. Oh wow, Bauble, Dragon's Rage Channeler. Go you. Oh wow, they have Sorcery, Artifact, and Creature now. It's getting powered up. I need to look at my top card. This is like red-green beats. Oh man, Rexage, they have a lot of artifact removal. That's fine. Didn't actually need the Coalition Relic this time, but this is getting awkward. And they get to see Force of Negation, huh? Well, they can see Force of Negation, I guess. Let's go Trinket Mage. I think I just take Black Lotus here, and I don't really need to play it. I don't think... Well, I could... Maybe I should play it. So the reason to play it would be that I could sack it to cast Force of Negation, which is a real reason. The reason not to play it is if they have another artifact removal spell, I kind of don't want to expose it, because if I draw an expensive card, I want to be able to cast it. Like, I'm only 1 mana short of casting Portal to Phyrexia, for example. I have 8 mana. Usually against like a red-green deck, you don't want to be running out your Lotus if you're not going to use it. Force of Negation does move the needle. I should have played it, because I don't really want to pitch Exarch to play it, and I guess I don't really want to play Exarch either. Oh, we'll see. Tireless Tracker into land. Kind of a beat to run into a red-green deck with a bunch of artifact removal. I'm going to block with Trinket Mage here, I think. Actually, I have Exarch. No, let's just take the 2 for now. Draw any twins, any Kikis, any anythings. Land. Actually, I'm going to play the Lotus. I just realized that also activating Raging Ravine's a real thing, so let's just do this. And I might want to play Exarch plus use Force of Negation in the same turn. I need to draw a spell. I so far haven't done a great job of drawing spells. It's a Glorybringer here, or Goldspan. Yeah, kind of the same thing. All right. Now I'm going to cast the Exarch. And I'm going to tap the dragon. No reason to give them a treasure and take 4 here. They don't have attacks anymore. All right, any Kiki-Jikis? This is a kind of annoying game. Like, I have tons of mana. I have an Exarch. I'm ready for Tinker. I'm ready for Kiki-Jiki. Magma Opus, Portal to Phyrexia. I could just cast any of them. I have a little time. I'm at 18 still. But now they have a ton of mana and clues. So, they know I have... Interesting. Just blocked there, I think. It's weird, because they know I have Force of Negation, so it's not like they can burn my Exarch after blocks here. Yeah, I'm going to take 8 this turn, maybe 9, maybe even 10, depending if they sack all the clues. All right, I guess I take 8. I'm at 10, so I have like a turn, maybe 2 turns, I guess, after chumping. Light up the stage. All right, I'm going to let them light up the stage. The reason I'm not countering it is I do want to protect Exarch because I want Kiki-Jiki to be a draw that wins me the game, and I think I'm going to be able to survive one more turn here regardless, while also losing unless I find something good. And they hit a Rampaging Raptor, which is good. Okay. Action? Not so much. I guess this can animate Raging Ravine. Pass the turn. So this turn, I chump, and I go to 1 here. Yeah, so the sack a treasure to crack a clue is just an error. Like, you're probably going to do it on your turn, but you're not untapping anything, right? The treasure is going to be there no matter what. So that is just a kind of classic, like, you don't really need to do it that way. Though it doesn't matter a lot, but it's like sacking a wasteland end of turn. Like, you don't gain anything by doing it end of turn. Bitter Reunion. Okay, that's fine because all their creatures have haste already. Like, the only one that they have that I can see is a Rampaging Raptor. So I'm just going to be on the mega chump mode here and hope that I peel. Sure. Discard 2 cards, Monastery Swiftspear, and a land. Sack Bitter Reunion, okay. So let's see. I'm going to attack with everything. So let's see, if I go Thopter on Goldspan, Trinket Mage on Tireless Tracker, block, Embereth Shield Breaker. The question is, do I need to keep the Lotus or not? Do I need to animate Raging Ravine? I could take 1, animate Ravine. I kind of feel like it's worth animating Ravine here because I go to 9, block, 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 and then I go to 5, and this dies and this dies. Like, Portal to Phyrexia still probably doesn't do it, but the main downside of animating Raging Ravine is I have to use Force of Negation, or I have to sack Lotus to use Force of Negation, but there's not that much I think that costs me, and that's also only if specifically they have one of their last cards is a spell I have to counter. Block, 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 block. Okay, I'm at 5 now. Because Imperial Recruiter, I can still go get Kiki. All right, top deck time. Ooh, Ponder. That's a good top deck. I put Ponder on top of my deck. There's the Kiki. There we go. I will not shuffle. Kiki-Jiki. And I have Force of Negation backup, and that is game. You gonna crack a clue? Oh, Char. I mean, you know what my last card is. So, good luck. Boom. That's how we do it. All right, playing against red-green. So I think Force of Negation is actually still not good. It mostly won't be that good. I'm kind of deciding if I want like Triplicate Titan here. I'm playing against a lot of artifact removal, which actually doesn't really change what I'm going to do because they can blow up my early stuff. That's fine. I could cut Dak Faden. I didn't see any artifacts from them, and playing it as a looter, playing a Planeswalker against an attacking deck that doesn't affect the board and is just a looter when I don't even need a looter that badly, I don't like that. I'm kind of thinking of just putting in the package, Itali Seething Song. And the other card I might want would be Third Path Iconoclast. Actually, Ledger Shredder also seems decent. Maybe I take out Karn Sign of Urza, put in Ledger Shredder. Third Path Iconoclast is also kind of intriguing. That might be better than Saheeli, just because it's cheaper, just lower the curve a little. I didn't see that really cheap burn spells, so yeah, this works for me. I mean, they probably do have cheap burn spells, but having more 2-drops instead is nice. Oh yeah, we're gonna keep this. Oh, you know what? This is actually a mistake. I should have sided in Triplicate Titan. I just realized because right now I'm in a position where I can tinker for Portal to Phyrexia, and it's just not gonna be as good as I need it to be. They hit Raging Ravine, sure. Land. I think I play the hanger back here for 1. I could play either of my 2s, but I think getting this out to stop Dragon's Rage Channeler is a pretty valuable thing. They hit Phyrexian Metamorph? Sure. Take it, go to 15. And what do they have? Kari Zev, Skyship Raider, 1/3 Menace. All right. Well, drawing a Mox was actually awesome because now I'm going to go for the portal here. Because I'm going to tinker away the hanger back, make 2 tokens. But yeah, this is actually where I would get Triplicate Titan instead. I mean, this does put them down to just 1 creature. And if they don't have Rexage or Battle Display, the Embrace Shieldbreaker, I'm going to win pretty easily. But if I just got a Triplicate Titan here, they would also be in a lot of trouble. So let's hope they don't have one of those. I mean, I think if they do, the game gets to continue. But if they don't, they're just dead. They're going to attack first to see if they can spike something. Metamorph would be brutal. Oh, no, they had the Metamorph. Oh. Okay, this will be interesting. Let's see how this works. Actually, so I guess, never mind. This wasn't actually going to be that good because they're going to get to Metamorph regardless. Huh, all right. And they would have Metamorphed the Triplicate Titan. Let's see how this works out. Okay, Metamorph. They make the portal. I have nothing to sacrifice. They have 2 cards in hand. I guess I want to take the Robber of the Rich. Okay. Ooh, and a Ragavan. Can I get down to no cards in hand? I can get pretty low. I can play 4 cards. I'll have 1 card. Yeah, all right. So let's go Ledger Shredder, Mountain, Talisman, trigger to Ledger Shredder. And I got to remember not to discard a big creature. Play this. Dash Ragavan. And then attack, and I get my Robber to the Rich. Hits Fable the Mirror Breaker. Nice, I don't mind that. And then I hit a Mountain. All right, past the turn. Now they get to portal back. Grim Lavamancer, it's got to be, yeah. All right, this actually is working out better than if I hit, if I got Triplicate Titan, which is funny, because I wouldn't have expected that. Robert of the Rich leads to some weird stuff. Oh man, is this a Fiery Confluence? Never mind. No, it's a Chandra? Okay. Well, this is great because I'm going to get to cast a Fable next turn. Barring... no, that's actually not going to stop it because the thing is... let's just discard the island. The thing is, Portal of Phyrexia doesn't exile the creature. I can just recast it. So let's go ahead and take Robber again. Draw. Let's cast Ponder. Shuffle, draw. Dash Ragavan and trigger Ledger Shredder. Oh, there's a Chariot. I was hoping to see that. I don't want to... Emery's a liability against Portal, so I'm gonna pass on that. They have 1 card, so I can't get down to 0 cards anyway. So let's attack Chandra, attack Chandra, attack Chandra. Oh, they're just gonna let Chandra die? I'm kind of confused here, but I'm gonna play Fable now. I could play a Chariot, but I only get to play Fable in turns where I attacked with Robber, so I'm just gonna do that. And then now they can Portal to Phyrexia back Akari Zevra, a Dragon's Rage Channeler, and then I'm going to get the other one. I mean, I'm not even actually going to get the other one because they have the Grim Lavamancer to exile it, but... Okay, Goldspan Dragon. I'm at 15, they're at 14. No attacks, draw, Portal back, DRC, they're tapped out, so I get to get it. Oh, the One Ring. So... I'm just looking at this Emery and I'm wondering, like, am I just never... Let me take a look at the deck here. Hold on. I have Torrential Gearhulk. I have some cards that would be really bad to mill with Emery. It just kind of sucks to not be able to discard it to Fable. I think I will discard Ragavan, though, because I don't care if they Portal back Ragavan. All right, let's just draw. I'm at 15. I don't want to attack. Let's go. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. So I can't play Chariot and One Ring. I can play the One Ring first, and then if I tap it and draw, oh, and I get to Surveil. So, I'm going to put that on top. I'm not letting them. I will play Atali. They are not going to be playing Atali. And then I can play the Talisman here and trigger my Ledger Shredder. Oh, that was the wrong order. I just clicked wrong. Actually, you know what? I'm going to discard the Emery, and then if they reanimate the Emery, then that works for me. I'll put this in my graveyard. Draw, and then I don't play anything else this turn. I guess, I could have attacked with the Goblin to do that, but I'm just going to pass here. Now they can Portal back Ragavan or Emery, and I'm not that worried about it. All right, so now they're getting back the Emery. Oh, good for me. They would have drawn Shieldbreaker, and that would have been bad. So they milled Emery. They Emery milled 4, but that's not a big deal for them because they have no artifacts to play. And then I got the Emery out of my hand. So it actually worked out just fine. I just couldn't cast the Emery, I guess, was the issue. Okay. One Ring. Portal back. Ragavan. The problem is if I Portal back Embrace Shieldbreaker, they can exile it out of their graveyard with Grim Lavamancer. Yeah, this has become a really interesting game here. Exile the Kiki. So now I have a Kiki combo. I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I do have to worry a little about getting decked, but I don't think that much because I can set up a win pretty easily if I draw Magma Opus. And I have Exarch Kiki as well. Let's start by casting a Tali. I mean, why not, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Ooh. And also, I didn't mention this before, but Exarch untapping Ring is pretty nice. So I hit Rex Sage and Black Lotus. Oh, you love to see it. Okay. Done. Click those 2 cards. Surveil. At this point, I'm just going to leave everything on top because I don't want to get decked. I'm going to have to draw. I'll discard Third Path Iconoclast, I guess. Lotus comes in. Rex Sage comes in. Blows up your Portal to Phyrexia, which goes back to my graveyard as a Metamorph, which is nice. So they can't even Emery it. I can play my land. And I guess I just pass here. I don't really need to do anything. I'm at 14. They have no cards in hand. Yeah, all right. Oh, I guess that has to attack. Sure. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Rubber the Rich even has reach, so I'm ready for that. They do have a Grim Lavamancer, so basically when I go to Kiki combo them, I'm going to tap the Exarch. Oh, wait, no, my Kiki's gone. Why am I talking about that combo? Sure. I'm just going to attack them to death then. Next turn, I'm going to go Magma Opus, tap Goldspan, tap Karizev, damage, you take 1, attack you for 20 million damage. Rampaging Raptors, sure. Draw. Portal of Phyrexia back to Metamorph. 1 ring takes me to 10. Metamorph copies Goldspan Dragon. Draw. And this is just way more than lethal. I could even flip Italy, but I don't really need to. Untap 1. Okay, cast Magma Opus. 4 damage. 1, 2, 1. Boom. 2 permanents to tap. Those 2. Done. They get a treasure, but they have no cards in hand. I can even copy Goldspan Dragon with Reflection of Kiki-Jiki if I want to. I'm at 6 cards. I'm going down to 4 cards. Acceptable. All right, this deck's doing some busted stuff. I like it. I'm going to 8 here. Copy Goldspan Dragon. I could even Gear Hulk another thing. Attack. Put these all. I get 3 treasures. And that'll do it. All right, pretty busted round 1. And we played against red-green blow-up artifacts. So I get that out of the way at least. On to round 2. Alrighty, time for round 2, playing against Tristan Wild LaRue, and I will keep this hand. It's not the best hand because it's a little light on action, but playing Triome into Spire Bluff, Talisman, then Relic sets me up for drawing Magma Opus to go with this Torrential Gear Hulk. Obviously drawing Tinker would be pretty good. Imperial Recruiter, like any of like kind of my action spells are good, and I think that turn 2 Talisman, turn 3 Relic is just a fine hand to keep. No, land is still not good. Ponder would be nice. Ponder would also be a decent one. Tristan favors the like mid-range 4-color green decks. Oh, turn 2 Time Walk, starting out with a bang. And we got blue, black, white, green already, so I guess there we are. Okay, there's Kiki. Kiki's not terrible, since obviously it makes Exarch into a win. But this deck, as you can see, is a lot of 2-card combos. So let's see if I can assemble some of those. Oh, Karn, Sign of Urza. Yeah, let's just cast Karn here. I mean, if he's got a counter, he's got a counter. No? All right, I'm just going to make a Golem. I like kicking things off with a Golem, especially when I'm following up with more stuff. Just no plays over there. Okay. Next turn, maybe just make another Golem. Get some pressure going. What would I want to draw most? I mean, Magma Opus would be a pretty nice draw. No plays. Just what is happening? Land. I'm going to play Coalition Relic here. See what's up. And I'm just going to make another Golem. Attack for 4, put some pressure on the board, and am I going to get comboed out in some way here? Touch the Spirit Realm. You cycle this, exile an artifact or creature. Channeling that, it kills my Golem, but that's totally fine. Next turn, I'm going to start plussing Karn, and we'll see what we get up to. No plays still, huh? I'm going to charge this. If you want to play a 6-mana instant in response, I guess you can. Oh, there's Magma Opus. I like that. All right, well, let's start by plussing Karn. Reveal my top 2 cards. Ragavan, Mystic Confluence. All right, suppose I'm going to be given Ragavan here. Yeah, land. I'm just going to dash this. I could have main phase fired off Magma Opus, but that doesn't seem like a good play to make. What is going on? Is Tristan just insanely flooded? I took out Island? All right. Well, the cool thing is now I have the ability to go discard Magma Opus, cast Gear Hulk at instant speed. So if I want to run that, I can. Mox Ruby. I'm gonna get like breached or something. Ugin. The Scarab God. Okay. Putting a charge counter on this. I think I'm just gonna take my turn. Add a red. -1 Karn. Put Mystic Confluence into my hand. Land. There's no creatures in the graveyard. I guess I'm just going to pass here. I don't really feel like I need to do much. I'll just keep the Ragavan in hand as well. No reason to expose that. Anything that... Tristan just must have had a terrible draw here, which, you know, I will take. Because now, end of turn, I'm going to fire off Mystic Confluence. Or, sorry, not Mystic Confluence. Magma Opus. Deal 4 to you. Tap those two. Hold on. Oh, I misclicked. All right. Let's cast this. Deal 4 to you. There we go. Now tap those two. And then now do this. If you counter it, next turn I can play Gear Hulk. If you don't counter it, then, well, probably just going to win. Okay. Draw. Nothing on that. Let's +1 Karn. Revealing Black Lotus Imperial Recruiter. And 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 6. So I guess I have enough mana now to play Gear Hulk with Mystic Confluence backup. Wow. All right. I'll just pass the turn. I guess he just drew all lands. He went Time Walk. He drew Time Walk, Touch the Spirit Realm, Scarab God, 9 lands. Sure. I'm okay with that. We take those dubs. Attack Karn. Okay. No reason to fight over this, I don't think. My Black Lotus is gone forever. All right, Torrential Gear Hulk comes out. Vendilion Click. All right, I'll counter that unless you pay unless you pay 9. The biggest power sink ever. And then I even have, I think next turn I can go Kiki-Jiki Recruiter. Yeah, I can Recruiter Pestermite if I want to. I mean, Scarab Godding the Vendilion Click, sure. Given that he's at 2, I think it's going to be tough. All right, so he gets to see my hand. So I don't really know what's going on over there. Does not make me want Triplicate Titan. Does it make me want Itali, Ledger Shredder? Third Path Iconoclast could be interesting as just a lower curve card. I think Tinker for Portal is still probably worth playing. Dak Vaden, yeah. Until I learn a bit more about what's going on, I think I'm okay with this stuff. I mean, I guess maybe is there something I want to cut for Ledger Shredder? I don't think so. I'm not even playing like tons of lands. I feel like I've gotten a little bit flooded, but I have 15 land plus 4 artifact mana. I'm going to keep the Force of Negation as well. I don't see a reason to get rid of that. Keep the Chariot. Karn did good work there. Not that I really needed much help there. I mean, he just didn't do anything at any point. So, do I want Itali Primal Conqueror? I don't think so. Plus, Itali's like a bit of a liability with Scarab God on the other side. The same is a little true of Torrential Gearhulk, but less true of kind of the rest of what I've got. I guess Metamorph is also true there. And I don't think I want any of the random green stuff. Reservoir, Mystic Forge. Mystic Forge... Yeah, Mystic Forge is actually kind of close in this deck, but I just don't think I'm supposed to be running it. So I like where we are at, and until I find out more, I guess we'll see. Ledger Shredder is the card I most want to put in my deck, but I don't think I want to cut Saheeli for it as of yet. Maybe I should. Saheeli is bad against Scarab God. Well, not all Ledger Shredder is great. Vidillion Cloak also actually really preys on Saheeli. Okay, maybe not. I like kind of convinced myself to cut the Saheeli for Ledger Shredder, but okay. I think this hand is fine because I've got Opus into Gearhulk. I really could use a Talisman or a Mox. If I go Island Emerald Emery turn 1, that would be sick. Obviously, that would be a very lucky draw. Tristan is mulliganing here. So my curve looks something like this with the Kiki not showing up for a long time. Turn 1 play, huh? Preordain. Gotcha. All right, any Mox Emeralds? That would be a nice one. Okay, you know what? City of Traders isn't terrible. I really don't want to play it on turn 3, but if I can play City of Traders on like turn 4, I wouldn't really be unhappy. Mox would still be good here, by the way. Imperial Recruiter. Okay. Talisman would be good. Mountain would be pretty good. Nope, no land. His draws are really not very good. But this draw is hoping for a land here. An Exarch, huh? Let's cast Emery. And I'm going to hold off on playing City of Traders. I just really don't want to play City of Traders into without having a plan for my lands here. If Emery lives and I can play Mox Emerald out of my graveyard, I'll be very happy. Mox Ruby, we're going to touch the Spirit Realm here. Oh, Chrome Host Seed Shark. Yeah, that I don't care too much about. Emery, Mox, cast the Mox. Now I think I'm in for City of Traders. Because what I'm going to do is go Mystic Confluence into Torrential Gearhulk is my plan. If he plays nothing on his turn, I'm going to take a hit for 2, and he's going to say go. End of turn, I'm going to go Bounce Your Shark, draw 2 cards. And he counters it or not. All right, cast this, return target creature, draw 2 cards. And then if he counters it, I'll follow it up with a Gearhulk on my turn. If he doesn't counter it, then he has to discard to hand size. Oh no, it doesn't have to discard to hand size. So no play. Let's go Ponder. If I can find Black Lotus, that'd be nice. Dak Faden. Oh, I like Dak Faden. Let's go like this. Tap this for colorless. Let's cast Coalition Relic. See if this gets countered. It's not super likely to, given the fact that I have an Emery in play, and also why is it like all like squashed? I'm gonna play my island this turn and lose the City of Traders, I think, because I have another land coming. So, oh, red Dak. If you've got a counter, now's the time. Gain control of Mox Ruby. Didn't even tap it. Let's play Talisman and pass the turn. Tristan's draws were just terrible here. Yeah, I didn't attack because of Snapcaster. I guess I'm going to lose Dak now. Yeah, that's fine. We can lose Dak. Part of the reason I want to lose Dak Faden is because I have a Torrential Gearhulk with Emery, which is nice. All right, now I just get to pass, and I'm able to beat a mana screwed opponent. Oh yeah, look at me. I get to go end of turn Gearhulk. I can replay it with Emery. And I also have the Exarch Kiki on deck to win. So, yeah, this was a kind of brutal match for him. Just drew 0 land or all land. All right, Vendilion Click on Subtlety, or Subtlety pitching Vendilion Click rather. Sure. Charge Relic. Put it on the top. Draw. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's go Imperial Recruiter. Just get Trinket Mage got milled. I was gonna get Trinket Mage. Let's just get Metamorph, I think. And then pass the turn. And I think upkeep I'm gonna go for the Gearhulk. Since this, and then next turn I can easily Kiki Exarch to win. All right, well, Tristan is on the receiving end of some terrible draws, but this puts us at 2-0, and now we're in the finals. We'll take it. Alrighty, time for round 3, playing against Slacks Jesse Hampton, 2-time PT top 8 competitor, also very good, one of the better cube drafters on the server. I have him firmly in tier 1, and I am going to keep this hand. This hand really needs a Mox or a Talisman, but I just don't think I'm supposed to mulligan. I just have a lot of outs here, and Slacks doesn't usually play aggro, so Island wasn't a very good draw. Basically, if I can draw the Mox, that would be incredible. If I draw Magma Opus to go with this Gearhulk, that would be awesome. Talisman would be good. Really, any card that costs 2 or less mana would be of interest to me. Even something like a Force of Negation would be pretty decent. So let's see what we're up against. Because I mean, if this is like a blue mirror, and I get to go land into Relic, maybe the Relic gets countered. I don't know. Depending on what I draw here, this could end up being okay. This hand is slow though. All right. Well, that's not a bad draw. The reason I'm casting Lotus is against it. Here's a good rule of thumb, heuristics, right? I love heuristics. Against green and red, you want Lotus in hand until you use it. Against black, you want it in play. Because green and red blow it up, black makes you discard it. If I got Duress or Inquisition and Lotus got taken, well, that'd be pretty sad. But having it in play, yeah, it's a little safer. This is a funny instance where I would have much rather drawn Mox Emerald than Black Lotus, despite Black Lotus, I think, being a stronger card overall. Of course, cards are good in different times, you know. So next turn, I'm hoping to just drop Relic, and then, well, I have enough mana to do some good things. So it'll kind of depend on what Mr. Hampton is up to here, besides taking his sweet time. Yeah, I don't need an upkeep stop. He's not going to miss a land drop, I don't think. Usually keeping a hand of land go, land go. Oh, he is playing green, but doesn't have a way to blow up the Lotus, so that's good. Ooh, Trinket Mage? All right, let's go Coalition Relic first. Pass the turn. And then next turn we can Trinket Mage. Probably still for Mox, but it's possible that I want Hangerback Walker. What are we casting? Nothing? Second main phase Chart a Chorus, okay. Are we playing against Reanimator? Oh, there's a Noxious Gearhulk. I don't really care too much about that. Charge Magma Opus? No, Kiki-Jiki, okay. Let's play Trinket Mage here. And Hanger back or Mox. I kind of feel like at this point I just take the hanger back. Then I'm going to play hanger back for 1. Just start charging it. And then I might start attacking with Raging Ravine at some point here. Would like to draw Mystic Confluence. Pestermite, of course. Oh, I hope I'm getting Collective Brutality here. Mystic Confluence, Magma Opus, Pestermite, Imperial Recruiter. All of those would be pretty good. Death. Return target creature. All right. Destroy another creature. Okay. Hanger back down. Gonna strip mine my Raging Ravine, sure. I am actually fine with all this. Let's charge Relic, and I'm probably gonna play Metamorph next turn. See what I draw. Talisman, not a great draw. Add a charge counter. So, how do I tap here? So if I go land, use the Talisman mana, or use the Relic mana to play Talisman, I can play Metamorph, and I guess I don't need to pay the 2 life because it's not like I can use the mana anyways. So this destroys a creature. So there's no non-artifact limitation there. Maybe set up Kiki-Jiki Metamorph or something if all else fails. It's funny, I have 2 of my combo pieces, but they're not ones that work together. Well, I mean, copying Torrential Gearhulk isn't nothing, but it's obviously not quite good enough. I'm still a little worried about what Jesse's got going on over here, but I guess we'll see. Land, Talisman. Metamorph. I'll pay for Mana Leak. Copy this. Blow up this. Yes. And send. And I've got a bunch of cards that basically win the game if I draw them. I mean, I would say drawing Pestermite or Imperial Recruiter will actually win the game. I'm getting Necromancy or something. Oh, this is a Deluge. Sure. Now I wish I had that Raging Ravine to really get in there. Imperial Seal going down to 6. Huh. It's funny, I'm actually only 1 mana away from going Gearhulk, Kiki the Gearhulk attack for 5, which I might do. Okay. Oh, that's not Black Lotus. That's not what we want to do. Or I could just draw Pestermite. No. Blue. Do I want to do this? I can play Gearhulk, Black Lotus, play Kiki-Jiki, copy Gearhulk, attack you down to 1, and then I have these 2 things in play, but then a reanimated Noxious Gearhulk. This is really close. So what did he tutor for? It's hard to know. Yeah, I think I go for it. It's a weird play, but what I got? Put you to 1. Basically, if I drop Imperial Recruiter or Pestermite, then I feel like I'm in pretty good shape regardless. Yeah, see, this is what I was worried about. Well, here's the good thing. If he kills the Kiki-Jiki, I can attack with Torrential Gearhulk, and he has to chump. So he kind of has to kill the Torrential Gearhulk, and then drawing Pestermite or Exarch still wins me the game. Shelldock Isle, Jesse's favorite card. He always has it. All right, Recruiter or Pestermite still wins me the game here. Yeah. I'm at 24, and I guess the Shelldock's not active yet. We'll be active next turn. Now if he's got a spell. Yeah, this game was rough. I don't feel like my deck is like as prone to flooding as it seems like it has been, but who knows, maybe it is. Cabal Ritual and Urborg, interesting. All right, I'll take it. Sure. Okay, it's charge relic. Draw. Pass the turn. And now the shell dock is on, but I do have a force of negation now at least. So there's some amount of cards that this will stop. Oh, I'm getting duressed first. I guess not. I don't think that keeping the Gearhulk Kiki in hand would have done all that much better for me given how this has played out, but I guess we'll see. Emery would be okay, but it would be a little slow because I can't copy Emery. Okay, Tinker would be okay. How about instead? The best I can do is garbage. I mean, drawing a talisman is part of the risk of playing, 15 land plus 5 artifacts to make mana. That much is true. Shieldred, okay. So I'm going to have to chump this turn because Creeping Tarpit activates. That's 9 damage. All right, Entomb, Thief of Sanity. Yeah, I don't hate this matchup given that I've got Force of Negation and some good combo kills. This is mostly sorcery speed interaction, but okay, that I will counter. All right, well, that's actually better for me that he went for that instead of attacking with Tar Pit, because now I take 9, going to 5, but if I draw Tinker, no, actually Tinker doesn't do it because the Creeping Tar Pit, but if I draw Imperial Recruiter or Pestermite, I win the game. Let's do it. Interesting. Blue. All right, I guess I can bounce Shieldred and draw 2 cards. Return target creature to hand, draw 2 cards. All right. Can we get there? He's deciding if he wants to gain 4 life off of a Bizarre Baghdad tapping. Cycle. Yeah, that won't do it. All right, cool. Unfortunate. I think Portal to Phyrexia is still good. I don't think I want Triplicate Titan here. I like all these things. I think Dak is good. Ledger Shredder, no. Seething Song, no. Look, I could see... Do I want a Third Path Iconoclast? No, it's not very good against Toxic Deluge. Saheeli's a lot better against that. Itali I don't like against Necromancy. That's not a good interaction for me. All right, I think I just battle. Same with Triplicate Titan, actually. Having this as a card that gets discarded or sent to the graveyard at some point and then get Necromancy back seems really risky. And I think Ledger Shredder against a Deluge deck doesn't really make sense. Shieldred's pretty annoying. I don't have a good answer to Shieldred besides countering it with Mystic Confluence, sacking it with Portal. But hopefully we can get... All right. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely going to keep this hand. What do I do with this hand? I mean, there's a lot I can do with this hand. I don't really know. I can go turn 1 City of Traders Talisman, Lotus. I could just play turn 1 Asika's Chariot. That seems like the safest. Because then I can turn 2 Crew it, and then I don't want to play City of Traders as my first land. This is just such a fast clock. And protects me against getting duressed on turn 1. Oh, he's going to discard turn 1. All right, what is he going to discard? Gristlebrand? Oh, Force of Negation is a good draw. Let's play... So if I Tinker now, let's Crew this. Attack. So it's kind of interesting. Let's see. This puts him to 16. I could Tinker away the Chariot, but there's nothing I could get that would be that good. I think I'm just going to play Talisman and then Force of Negation, the animate spell, which hopefully is a turn 2 animate, or a turn 3 animate, not a turn 2. Dark Ritual, sure. Exhume. Force that pitching Tinker. And this hopefully is enough. All right, well, busted hands will do the trick, I guess. That was pretty good. We got to have a real busted hand. Turn 1 Chariot, turn 2 Force of Negation is a good hand. He did have a turn 2 Gristlebrand. It's not like his hand was weak. Do I want Seething Song just to like speed things up against that sort of thing? Maybe I don't want Saheeli. I could see on the draw wanting Seething Song instead and just trying to optimize for speed here. All right. I'm going to be so mad if I draw Force of Negation, Seething Song, and can't cast it, though. This looks like a mulligan. This hand, I think, is too bad/slow. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I keep this hand. And I think I put a Talisman back. I need to draw a land with this hand, but this hand's really good if I do. Or a Mox would be insane. I think I want to keep Magma Opus because then I can tinker for Gear Hulk. I could also just put back Asika's Chariot. I could have put back Emery. Maybe I put back Emery because if I draw... Yeah, because if I draw lands, I'd rather just play Talismans into Chariot with Tinker. I don't know. That one's close. The problem is I wouldn't be able to play turn 2 Emery. I guess I could have maybe put back a Talisman instead. I don't have a great feeling about this, but I certainly don't think I'm supposed to mulligan this hand. All right. Mox? No. Karn. I mean, this hand just has the capability of doing some really broken stuff. I don't think a 5-card hand has a higher win percentage. I just... Jesse's deck can do some broken stuff, so I'm a little worried about it. A hand without Force of Negation is a little vulnerable, but if I can draw a land here, I would be pretty happy. City of Traders would be an awesome draw. Okay, land to go. Land. All right, we drew the land, so let's just play Talisman of Resilience then, because that way if I draw another land, I could play Asika's Chariot. Oh no, we're getting entombed into Gristlebrand. All right. Yeah, what are you going to do, right? Okay, well, if Jesse doesn't have a Force or another play this turn, it's possible the Tinker into Phyrexian Portal is good enough. I could also Tinker into Metamorph, but I think I go for the higher upside play. Because if I Tinker into Metamorph, I feel like he's just going to kill my Metamorph and attack me with Gristlebrand. I don't think this is going to work either, but if I draw Force of Negation, then we're talking. Ponder. So if I ponder and miss on lands, it's devastating, but if I hit, I get an additional land into play. There's no way to ponder into having Force of Negation up, unfortunately. I still think I'm going to ponder here because all I have to do is hit one land. I'm going to get, my Tinker could get dazed anyway. This does let me play around Daze, actually. Because if I hit City of Traders or Black Lotus, then Daze no longer counters me. If he has like Force of Will, it's whatever. I can't possibly win anyway. If he has Daze, I just pay for Ponder, and then I'm looking for Lotus or City of Traders. I think pondering is good. Obviously, there is a potential, way that goes wrong. All right, well. All right, do the Mox. Wish I had the Force as well, but Tinker sacked the Talisman. I think that's a little worse. Yeah, all right, we're doing the Portal. Sack your Gristlebeezy. And cross my fingers here. You can go down to 4, sack the Gristlebrand, and then reanimate it again. But I don't think getting a Metamorph is more likely to work. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to lose to a turn 2 Gristlebrand, or turn 3 Gristlebrand on the play. That is acceptable. Good deck. I mean, it's funny because game 1 I think was the most winnable in the sense that both our draws were the worst. Game 2 I had turn 1 Chariot with Force of Negation. game 3 he had turn 3 Gristlebrand and I had turn 3 Tinker, right? So it's like we both had awesome hands here. Shieldred is the play. Okay. That is not me losing immediately, and if he discards a good creature, he can't discard a Gearhulk or anything. Granted, Gristlebrand with Shieldred in play is not really something you can activate, but he's at 4 now. He's going to face down Gristlebrand. Yeah, I'm not getting Dark Confidant back. All right. And if I draw something good here, all right. Yeah, let's go Trinket Mage into Black Lotus. Play Lotus. Pass the turn. I don't really want to pay 21 life to draw 7 cards, but I feel like I'm going to lose to Time Spiral now. But what can you do? Una's Prowler, okay. Now we're discarding... Well, discarding and reanimating Gearhulk doesn't actually do that much because the portal just works next turn too. If I draw... I guess I have no way to cast Magma Opus next turn unless I draw exactly City of Traders, because drawing Gearhulk isn't quite good enough. The Gristlebrand, if I get an attack in with Gristlebrand, that is great. I mean, it doesn't look like he can kill the Phyrexian Portal. The Portal to Phyrexia. I guess Phyrexian Portal is literally a different card. Are we going to steal this? And Shieldred's very good, but he doesn't have enough. If he had a great play, like Jesse is a very good player and doesn't play super slow or anything, so if he had a great play, he would just slam it. All right, Sheldock is a problem for next turn, but at least for this turn, it's not. Oh, wait, if I draw Gearhulk, I can actually discard Opus. Oh, man, I wish I had a creature to discard to this Una's Prowler. That's a bit of a risk, actually. All right. That doesn't help. I'm 1 mana short of casting Magma Opus. I guess let's attack with Gristlebrand. And then you chump. Sure. I'm at 23 now. +1 Incarn can't possibly end up doing anything. I think I just play the stupid Chariot. There's just no way he gives me something after I +1 card. Miscalc, sure, I don't really care about Chariot resolving. I mean, the fact that he hasn't cast Time Spiral yet means, you know, it's in the bottom 11 cards, hopefully. Well, bottom 8 cards, because the 3 on the bottom he knows from Sheldock. Strip Mine, sure. Thing is, Time Spiral doesn't literally kill me. I take a lot of damage. I mean, I'm going to take 14 damage, but that doesn't actually kill me. Force of Negation would be a nice draw. Yeah, Deceiver Exarch is not. I guess Emery lets me mill 4 for Magma Opus. And now he's going to gain 14 life. This ended up being a pretty crazy game where I thought I couldn't win. And then things were looking okay. Now they're back to looking terrible. But I mean, the odds that he drew 14 on Gristlebrand and missed on everything seem pretty low. Okay, so now he's at millions. And I'm at 9. Here's where I wish I just had a way to get Shieldred off the board for just a second. Just a second is all I ask. I mean, this has to be enough for a dub, right? Force of Negation would have killed me to draw it. I'm going to keep the Bob around, actually. I want to see more cards. Yeah, this is Noxious Gearhulk on Gristlebrand. Okay. Well, I get to get Gristlebrand back at least. Flip Ragavan, sure. Man, I think I start by playing Emery. I hit Metamorph. So Metamorph's another thing I can Torrential Gearhulk, or not Torrential Gearhulk, Portal to Phyrexia. And I think I play the Chariot. All right, pass the turn. I guess I could attack with Dark Confidant. Well, he would just take it. He's at 31. It's better to leave it as a blocker. Bizarre. Gains more life. Metamorph's kind of interesting because I can Metamorph Shieldred, and then it's kind of weird where I can cancel these out. Where I go pay 7 life. Oh. This, again, has to probably kill me here. Well, that can't be good. Entomb, okay. Pay 7 life, assuming I have 7. Or was this a Yogwill? Or what's going on? Oh, Tendrils me. Yeah. I guess I'm not... Oh, I am dead because I can cycle this, and then if I draw Force of Negation, I die at a Shieldred still. All right. That was beats. This deck... Well, not this deck. The deck from our draft was broken, but, you know, we ran into even a more broken deck, and that was a fun draft. Had some good stuff going on. Thanks for watching. That was a fun single-elim, and we made it all the way to the finals. Lost a close match in the finals, and had some exciting stuff go on. I'll be back tomorrow with more awesome drafts. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.